Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, I will be showing you all the different AutoHotkey message boxes that are available. At the end of this video, I will demonstrate a message box game I created in AutoHotkey. Without further ado, let's get started. Most of these message boxes are available on the AutoHotkey URL located up here. The first group of AutoHotkey messages will be sorted under buttons group, and here are all the different buttons that are available. The first one will be a simple OK button. The thing to note here is the number 0, the decimal value. So let me go ahead and run this first one, and you will see how the message box looks like. And here's the message box for this script. The title of the message box is right here. And the text within the message box is right here. Would you like to continue? Question mark. And I am sending 2 return characters or 2 escape characters and the letter R to tell AutoHotkey to break the line. And then the last sentence or command I wrote is press OK. So when the user presses a OK button, it will return out of the message box. So the 0 represents the OK button. Let's go and move to the next one. Here I am sending the command message box, comma 1, and that will show a OK cancel button. Let me demo that. Here's the OK cancel button. And again, later in the game, I will show you that you can code these messages to do something else if you press a OK button or a cancel button. But for now, it will not do anything. It will just take in the button and close the message box. Next one is retrieving the abort, retry, ignore. Let me call that message box. And here it is. So title comes after the second comma. So message box, comma 2. 2 represents abort, retry, ignore. Comma comes the title, which you see up here in the title. And then another comma will give you the text of the message box. And I'll press any of these. And again, like I mentioned, the buttons are not doing anything at this moment. Next one is a yes, no, cancel. If I run this, now you see a yes, no, cancel. And this group of buttons is specified as the number 3. As you can see down here, I'm sending the number 3, and you will get this message box. Next one is a yes, no. That's represented by the number 4. I'm going to click yes. Let's go jump to the next one. Retry, cancel. Right here. It is represented as the decimal number 5. And the last one is the cancel, try again, continue, which takes the number 6. Let me run that one. And here it is. As you will see in the rest of the video, there are many different message boxes with different buttons and different icons that you can place inside. Let's go ahead and cancel this. Now let's jump into the group icons, which is right here. This one will print different icons within the text messages. The first one, it will show you a icon hand, stop, air. So if I run this, it's not really a hand, it's more like a X, but according to the web page, they call it a icon hand, and that's represented as the number 16. And you can see the title, and the syntax is the same, message box, comma 16, the title, within the first or the second comma, and then the body of the message box will be after the title. So this just prints a red X box. Next one is a icon question represented by the number 2, and you can see the blue question mark, and that's number 32 if I have not mentioned it. Let's go jump to the number 48, which is a exclamation right here. And the last one in the group icon is the icon asterisk, which is kind of upside down. Call it more of a info because it is a I. But that's about it. You can have different icons displayed in your message boxes. Let's move on to the message group default buttons. So you can make, let me jump to that. Where is my Notepad++? Here is the group of default buttons. I have a note here that says decimal value 16834 adds the help button, and decimal value 6 is for the cancel, try again, continue. So the math here is 16,834 plus 6 is 16,390, and then you add 256 to that, which comes out to 16,646. So basically you can add these different values to get different combinations of message boxes. So let me run this one. And here is the message box for this script. You can see that the second button is selected as default by looking at the border around the try again, and you can simply hit enter because the enter will send the command and it will click the try again button. But I wanted you to note that they do allow different combinations of these message boxes. Let's go to the next one. Here I am saying the same thing, but in this case I am adding the 512 decimal value to my message box. If I run that one, you can see that the continue button is now highlighted as default. And then makes the fourth button default, which takes the value of 768, and it says requires the help button to be present. So that's why I am doing this math up here to get the help button. And here is the help button. It is highlighted by default. And that's it. Let's move on to message box model always on top. The group is under modality and the decimal value is 4096. Let me show you by what they mean always on top. So if I click outside of the message box, you can still see that it's on top. So it does not go in the background of, in this case, Notepad++. And you can kind of see that the title is grayed out a little bit, meaning that it's not in focus, but it is still kind of presented on the top layer. So sometimes you want message boxes to be always on the top. Wherever you press, it will always be on the top, which is sometimes nice to have. Next, let's move on to the message box group other options. Let me find the Notepad++ document, and it is this one. So this falls under the group other options, And two that kind of grabbed my attention was the help button. It says see remarks below, and I am not sure what the remarks are, but regardless, if I run this script, I will get a OK and a help button, and that is represented by the 16,384. So if you need a help button, remember to send the 16,384 decimal value. Click OK. And this one is a make the text right justified. And the number is, what is this? 524,288. If I run that, you can see that the text within the message box is right justified. So if you want to do that, you can. And lastly, let's go ahead and cover the message box AutoHotkey game. I kind of had a fun with this one because as I was learning all these different message box options, I decided, well, why not create a game with majority of these message boxes. So let me show you the code for that. It's about 84 lines of code, and let me run the game and step through the script so that way you can see how this is working. So the message box game begins as this. You can see I have the title, woohoo, let's go. And then I am asking the first question. Are you ready to play the AutoHotkey message box game? Press yes, no, or cancel. In this case, I coded each button to do a different message box or a different function. So as you can see, let's go ahead and press yes. So now another message box came up and it said, you pressed yes. Let's play the game. And the only button I have here is OK. And you can see that the message box always starts at the center too. I believe there's a way to make it start at a different location, but I didn't look into it. Now the message box asks, do you like this game so far? I'm gonna say no. And then it asks me, really? Question mark. And now it says, let me ask you again. Do you want to play this game? Be honest. If I press retry, it says, well, it was a fun game. Thank you for playing. And it gets out of this. And as you can probably see, majority of those message boxes came from this section of the code. Let me run that again so you can see. So are you ready to play the AutoHotkey message box game? It is right here, the first question. And then I have a if message box. If you press yes, you will get this message. You pressed yes. If I pressed no, look where it's gonna go down here. If I press no, it's gonna say you press no. So let's go ahead and press no in this case. And now the code is down at the bottom. And you can see you press no, but we can still play the game for a little bit. If I press the OK button, in this case, that's the only button I have, it's gonna spit out this message. Sorry to see you go. And there you go. Since you don't like the game, we're sorry to see you go. And I'm gonna press any of these and it will return out of this function. Let me go ahead and run that again. And you can see up here that I'm gonna say yes on the first one. You pressed yes, so let's play the game. Here it is. I'm gonna press OK again. So now it says, do you like this game so far? Previously we said yes. So we went, or actually I think we pressed no, and it went through this. But let me see. Maybe I'm getting myself confused here, but that's okay. You pressed yes, yay, let's continue. So we are at this step, line 34. Now, this will be exciting. That's line number 37. Choose one button very careful. Cancel, try again, or continue. So you can see that I coded if I pressed cancel, it's gonna print the message box. This, you press cancel, but why? And you can have fun with this. This is just like a little short demo, and you can make this as complex as you want and go into loops and, you know, but I just wanted to show you the power of AutoHotkey message boxes. Let me go ahead and press try again. What are we playing here anyway? Well, we're playing a message box game. And lastly, let me show you the cancel button. So if I bring the message box game again, I'll press cancel, and you can see now it is here. The title is "Come on, are you serious?" You press cancel, too bad. We can still play the game. Haha. And if I press the OK button, you can see the try again. Do you really want to retry this game? If I press cancel, it's gonna print this message box. And if I press retry, it's gonna say, it's getting late. Thanks for playing anyway. So you can, again, make it as complex as you want. Well, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel as I will be putting out more AutoHotkey tutorials and other Windows tips and tricks. Have a great one.